Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is a work vlog. It is a work day. I'm on the way to the office. It is Tuesday, April 1st. Happy April. It's a new quarter, a new day, a new month, a new season. We are speaking positivity into our lives. No matter what the circumstance is, we are speaking life into it. We will be healthy. We will be well mentally. We will get it together financially, and we will have a good month, okay? If you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you stay a while. If you are returning, hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I want to say thank you to everyone that wished my baby a happy birthday last vlog. She read through all of them. I even had someone write her a nice little poem. It was a poem for poem. It was so cute, and she loved it. She read it. Y'all, Poem's a good reader, but she read it, and she was just smiling from ear to ear. So y'all, thank you. Thank you for saying hey and happy birthday to y'all internet niece. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this ride to work, and I will see y'all when I get in the office. You'll see an option for a form. Now this only excludes medical payments. If you do this drop down and see only one option, you would hit next again. And then here are the additional forms for the location. So if you drop down, you'll see there's CG2011 there. And if we select that, that's the additional insured manager or managers or lessors in premise. So you would add that. Okay, and typically what would happen when you add it, you would hit next, and it would give you an option to add the additional insured. But like I mentioned, you see it's popping up an error. So there's an issue with adding that form to this location. So we're just going to exit it loading, and it's going to take the form off, if you see. Hey y'all, so I'm back in the car. Sorry it's dark. It's the next day. It's actually, I'm on my lunch break. It's the next day, y'all. I'm at work. I just went to the cafeteria. They were having Swedish meatballs. That's what I got. I wish the lighting was better, but I'm not gonna let that detour me from talking to y'all. Work is actually going good, y'all. I'm really being able to breathe, to be quite honest. Finally, like I feel like I can manage my work. I'm in the car because I was gonna do a little Uber Eats, but I just didn't feel like it. I need to, but I'm in the car just to chill and relax. I have been able to keep my inbox at a really good pace. Like at the end of the day, it's either nothing or maybe 1 or 2 emails left in my inbox. I'm working on tasks, getting on renewals, doing new business. I got my buying request for a piece of new business I quoted and approved last week. It's a general liability policy for a little over $106,000 in premium, which is a good win for me. I'm really trying to learn and hone in on this cyber insurance and management liability. So far, I like it. I've been able to manage it. It's more help on the operations side with these lines of business. And I've been getting more general liability and having to look at that. So I really feel like I'm in a pace where I'm not just a hamster on a wheel trying to get things done and get things out. I feel like I'm really like honing in and looking at the risk and assessing it and seeing based off of the risk and the exposures and what they have and then what they don't have, being able to price and add debit or add credit like the way I would really want to. And it really feels good. Like I really feel like I'm underwriting now. Whereas when I was doing workers' comp, just because of all of, and I was underwriting then, but I feel like it was more admin work because everything was manual and the systems. There's just so much wrong with it. So now that my senior underwriter does just the workers' comp and I kind of just took everything else. Of course, he'll touch the other things if I'm not there. I don't know. It was just a big relief for me for some reason. So I'm going to let this take its course and really learn it and see how I like it, see how things go for these next few months. You guys know I'm signed a contract, not a contract, but an agreement when I went on maternity leave to take an additional 6 weeks past the 6 weeks I was already allotted. And because of that, I had to sign on to stay for another full year, which is fine. But after that, your girl's a free agent. Not even that. Not that I want to leave, but I know how things were before. And on top of that, I'm about to put you out in my business even more, okay? Because I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be transparent all the way when it comes to this underwriting thing. Y'all, tell me why my year-end review, I was rated a 2. A 2 out of 5. Room for improvement. That's what I was rated. Let's talk about it. When I saw that rating, it was like a gut punch. So since I've been with this company, I have now had 6 reviews. And all the reviews before have been a 4 or 3. Meet or above. Meet and above. Let me say that. Last year, they changed the rating system and basically said, hey guys, you guys who are used to being 4s and 5s, if you're a 3, don't take it personal. You're still meeting. We just had to change the metrics, yada, yada, yada. Which is cool which is fine because if you were a 3, after they changed the metric, you would still get your full bonus and still you would get your full merit increase, right? But y'all, they rated me a 2. And let me tell you why. So as you guys know, my old supervisor just retired at the end of the year, end of 2024. And we typically have our year-end reviews the next following year, like around February. Well, because she wasn't going to be here, my new supervisor wanted her to do my year-end review in December before she left and kind of put her 2 cents in. And my new supervisor would take my old supervisor's 2 cents and then, rate me how she saw fit. So when I went through my year-end review with my old supervisor and new supervisor at the end of the year, there were 2 things that came up that were some concerns. And the first thing was that the BDOs, which is abbreviation for the business development officers, basically a fancy word for, well, they're not really sales reps, but in a sense, you could kind of say that they're over certain regions or states, and they are to help win in business. And so sometimes the business development officers will act as the middleman between the agent and the underwriter. So that way, if we need to decline or need any information, we can go through the BDO and they can talk to the agent, get all that information, okay? Well, as you guys know, we had a specific workers' comp BDO, right? We weren't dealing with all the state regional BDOs. We were dealing with one BDO who was hired for specifically workers' comp. And we had a great relationship with him, okay? Y'all guys, I talked about him before. Y'all know he was a bit much as far as like just very all over the place. But he was a great worker. I don't know why he just abruptly left, or I don't know if he was fired. I don't know what it was, but one day he was just gone. And when he left, okay, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. My inbox was flooded with BDOs that were over the East region, the South region. This is who do I talk to about workers' comp? Now that such and such is gone, I'll have to deal with you directly. So I'm getting an influx of emails on top of an already big workload. Mind you, this is when I came back from maternity leave at the end of August. So let's just say September. So I had September, October, November, December, 4 months. Okay. 4 months. Keep that in mind. Came back from maternity leave. Okay. This whole abrupt thing happened. On top of that, there's already a heavy workload. So I'm trying to play catch up. Then I'm getting emails from all these videos. Hey, what's the status of this? Where's this? Where's that? Where's that? I'm not getting back to them, I guess, on enough time. So they're CCing my supervisor at the time, the old supervisor, on everything. When I say everything, everything. And a lot of the times they would message me, I would message them back, and then it would go to the supervisor, and I'm like, well, I already took care of that. But she's still singing. So in her mind, my time management is down, right? I'm not getting things out in enough time. I'm not responding effectively. BDOs are waiting for things. So that was the first thing that she said, that there was a concern because the business development officers are complaining about turnaround times and all of that. So I'm not one to make excuses, okay? I take the criticism. I'll explain it to a certain extent, but I'm not going to just throw out excuses, okay? So that's the first thing, right? The second one was that if something's not in my if something's not in my authority to do, I'm supposed to send a referral to my underwriting manager. It has to be thorough. It has to be detailed. It takes a long time, yada, yada, yada. And the feedback was that my referrals lacked depth, some more than usual, and I didn't recommend things. So if I refer something I'm supposed to recommend, I recommend that we renew this policy, or I recommend that we debit this policy or increase this policy by so much. There was a lack of that, she mentioned. And that was true. I feel like the workload was just so heavy for me that I was just like, I felt like a hamster on a wheel, and I was just trying to get things done quick out. I wasn't as in depth, but they're still in depth. But my supervisor is a person, you ask her one question, she will write 8 paragraphs. Like, that's just who she is. So she expects that back, I guess. And I know that about her. But like I said, I felt like it was more of trying to get the work done and get it out so that I could move forward. It was a shambles. It was a mess. You guys know my pain points. So after they explained all that, I agreed. I said, you're absolutely right. I said, with such and such leaving abruptly like that, and then getting an influx of these BDOs wanting this, that, the third, not responding enough, I said, it was an adjustment. I'm trying to balance it. And as far as the referrals, I agreed to that as well. Mind you, I just came back from maternity leave. I'm trying to get back into the flow of things. I was gone for 12 weeks. Yada, yada, yada. Okay? So I agreed, and I said, you will see better from me moving forward. I will take this constructive criticism, and I will correct it. That's just who I am. I said it, I mentioned it, and moving forward. I didn't expect to get a needs improvement, for the simple fact that at the beginning of the year, my first review, I got my full meat, my 3-4. I got my full bonus. I got my full merit increase. Okay. I'm sorry. That was at the half of the year. So I got my full bonus. Okay. Now with the meat being rated a 2, I still get a bonus, but I don't get the full bonus. I get like half of that. And you know when you have a bonus coming, you've already planned what you're going to do. Hold on, I got to take this phone call because someone's coming to fix the carpet. Okay, I'm sorry I had to take that phone call. But yeah, so like I mentioned, I don't know where I stopped, but I agree, and I took the constructive criticism, and I said I would do better. I did not expect when February rolled around that I would be getting rated a 2. So when I saw it, I was like, what the heck? And when they send our performance reviews, you see all the history. So I have about 6 reviews. All you see is great, 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 full bonus, full merit increase, and then bam, a 2. Needs improvement. And I'm like, for 3 months out of the whole year, I need improvement. Granted, I was on maternity leave for another 3 months, so maybe we'll see. Oh, that was half the year, I guess. Well, whatever. It is what it is, y'all. But I felt super salty. I was like, are you serious? I feel like if my supervisor that retired was still here, she wouldn't have rated me a 2. She would have had her things to say, but I feel like because I have a new supervisor and even her supervisor, we're under a whole different department and umbrella now, a new carved out one that they're planning. They're coming from other companies, and it's very like strict to the T. Like, I was just like, I was salty as heck. I was salty, and then I was mad I didn't get the full bonus, but at the same time I stopped myself because I'm like, it's true. What was said on it is true, and I just have to do better. And I am going to do better, and I've been doing better, and I'm so thankful because now with these new lines of business, I literally can manage my time. I can manage it, and it feels so good to be able to actually feel productive throughout the day. So we're going to give this up to August to see how it goes. But y'all, let me tell you, some enticing things have been coming my way. I told y'all a few months ago, I had a headhunter reach out to me, offer me they had a client who was looking for an underwriter that was doing a exact lines of business. So workers' comp, general liability, umbrella. But it was for the construction industry. And I told you at the time, they were offering, what were they offering? 120 to 130K, I believe. And I had to decline it because I had signed this contract. And when I told the headhunter that, and just to keep me in mind for future opportunities, he came back and was like, hey, I can check with HR and see if they find the right candidate. Are they willing to do a 10K sign-on bonus? And at the time, they weren't. So I said, okay. I logged myself out of LinkedIn. I put myself on hibernate, so you can't even find me. I didn't want no recruiter reaching out to me because there's nothing I can do about it right now, and I didn't want to get teased or enticed, okay? I did not want to get teased or enticed. But y'all, that didn't stop Indeed, okay? Because my resume is on there as well. So time to time I have headhunters reach out from Indeed, and then headhunters in the past or recruiters in the past who I've declined before and said, just keep me in mind for the future, they'll reach out. So last week, y'all, I had 2 different recruiters reach out. One was through Indeed, sent me an email and said, hey, I have your resume here. I've seen your experience. I think you'll be great from our client. They're looking for a middle market underwriter. They're expanding their footprint in the region, and I think you will be the perfect fit. Their salary range is between 120 and 140K. Can we take a quick phone call? And I was like, no, we can't take a quick phone call. I typed back and responded, I'm sorry, not interested at this time, but please keep me in line for future opportunities. And y'all, I just don't feel like going through that process. I feel like right now I need to learn what I need to learn, where I'm at, give it a fair chance, see how the workload and what they're doing, because right now I feel like they're trying to see what they want to do with our department. That's what I feel like they're doing. And I know there's job security in it because it's only me and a senior underwriter. I mean, if one of us leave, I mean, yeah, they can hire somebody else, but it's just going to put us right back where we were because my senior underwriter has been there for like 15 years, has years, like 20 plus years of experience, very smart, knows what he's doing in every situation, even outside of his department. And then me, I've learned everything now. Like, it's like you have to train new people. But I don't feel like going through the interview process and then hoping or they'll do a sign-on bonus so that I can... Because the issue is if I leave my current company before August 26th of 2025, that'll be a full year from when I went back from maternity leave, then I'll have to pay back that 6 weeks of maternity leave, that additional 6 weeks. Nobody got time for that. So I'm staying put, okay? So I had to decline that one. And then a couple days later, someone else reached out to me looking for an underwriter with my experience. And I think they were like, that one was their... It was a set $120K or something. And then I had another one reach out to me that was a 3-month contract for a temp with the potential to hire full time. And I think they were paying because it was contract work and temp, they were paying hourly, which I think was like 45 to 50 an hour or something like that. I'm not sure. Which, I mean, if I were to break out my salary now, that's probably what I probably make. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So, I'm like, I thought I left LinkedIn because that's where I get the most traffic at. And then, like, but I feel like it's showing me what the possibilities are. It's showing me what opportunities are out there, and it's showing me what I need to prepare for. So I'm in no rush. Because what's going to happen is going to happen, and what's for me is for me, and I like where I work. They just need to figure out the workload, okay? They just need to figure out if they can hire more people or not. Yeah, y'all, but that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods as far as work. So I'm finished eating lunch, y'all. I'm going to go back in and work for a few more hours and then head on home. All right, y'all, I'm back home. I done got undressed. We're going to watch Mufasa a little bit before I cook dinner. What? So I just wanted to hop back on really quick. And I'm going to keep this video nice and short, okay? It was strictly a work video, work vlog. That's what y'all like to see anyway.
Hi.
Oh, your nose, girl. You want to say hi? Peppy.
Hi, guys.
Peppy.
Hi.
The baby's not feeling too well, and she threw up all of my bed, so I had to strip my bed and put it in the washer. But we're about to do Barbies for a little... Oh. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to another video, and I will see you guys soon.